All right, so I want to jump on here and show this hack for nail techs who maybe don't feel really secure in their art yet, or maybe you do feel secure in your art, but you want to speed things up when you have a client in your chair. So like right now it's Halloween. So I know I'm going to be doing a lot of Halloween designs. So if I don't want to paint individually on each nail, but I still want them to have hand-painted designs, I can do those ahead of time and stick them on the nail. So these are still going to be hand-painted. They're not going to be stickers or decals, which are also great too. But if you want that hand-painted look, we can still do that. And what I've done here is I've printed out some clip art. Now you can either print it out, or you can bring it up like on your phone or a laptop, anything like that, because what we're going to do here is we're just going to cover it with something clear and slick. So I've laminated this, and I found out laminating it makes it a bit too stiff. So you don't want to laminate it, but you can use a laminating sheet. Just don't run it through the machine, because we're going to trace this, and we're going to work with this mouth right here. Now, it can be a laminating sheet. It can be like a screen protector that's slick. It can just be like clear packing tape over it. Anything that's going to be slick that's going to allow you to pop off this design after it's cured and still allows you to see through it so that you can trace it. So this is why it's also good maybe for nail techs who don't feel overconfident in their art yet, because we're going to be able to trace. So here I can trace it on what I've printed. Now I could also pull something up on my laptop and not worry about printing it out, and then just put this sheet over it and still trace it from there. So we can do this either way. So I'm just going to work with this printed out sheet. I'm going to put my something clear and slick over it. And we're going to work with this mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my red. Then I'm going to flash cure it. And then I'm going to go in and paint my white. Okay, so I'm going to flash cure this. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my second color. Now I want to make sure that these touch so that when I go to peel it off, everything comes off together so that I have one piece. Okay, now I'm going to give this a full cure. Okay, so now I want to get my piece off of there. Now, depending kind of on your sheet, you may be able to just kind of fold it and it kind of pop off, or you may need to take like a paint spatula and lift it off with that. And the thinner your spatula is, the easier this will be. So I've got my spatula under there, and I want to slowly peel it off. Okay, so now I have my little paint piece. And it's still going to be really thin, so you can place it on the nail and see how much I can bend it so I can shape it with the nail. And I have found that this works well with one layer. One layer is fine. When I tried to do more than that, it got too thick. So this cat I did with one layer. Cat is nice and flat against the nail. These lips, I did like the ones that I just did, but then I went back and put a red glitter over them. And as you can see, that kind of gives too much texture there, and it kind of pops up. And then I tried putting down clear, so if I had pieces that were thin or maybe not connected that I wanted to take together so I could keep the spacing, I tried that with clear, but again, I ran into the same problem. It's just too thick, and you can see the edges. Now with this, You can stick that either directly onto the sticky layer of the gel, or if you want a little bit of extra insurance, you could put down something like Power Bond or something like that, and then stick that on, cure it, and then put on your top coat, cure, and you're done. And then you'll end up with something nice and flat like this cat. So that will help you either get a bunch of things kind of prepared ahead of time, so you're not spending your time with each client, painting them on each client. Maybe you can do them kind of in downtime. Or if maybe there's shapes that you're not really good at painting at yet, you can trace them. That way you have your shapes, and that way also you're kind of practicing that, kind of build that muscle memory so that you get better later to freestyle paint them. Thanks for watching.